In seconds, KARK 4 News. Now in high definition. Sponsored by your Central Arkansas Ford dealers. Now, your forecast first from KARK 4, your weather authority.
Good afternoon and evening to you, everyone. Too much rain too soon out there, and the Forewarn Live Doppler weather shows rain and thunderstorms continuing now across much of central, even down into southern Arkansas with a couple of warnings as well. The main threat, some rain and some hail, along with gusty winds. We'll have a chance of showers overnight, again picking up throughout the day tomorrow. I'll have more on your forecast ahead for the rest of this week. Your news at 6 is next.
Coming up, a nearly $11 million lottery revenue shortfall could affect scholarships, and the lottery director on the hot seat. Next, with most of the state under wildfire danger, we investigate why you need to be worried about a volunteer firefighter shortage. Plus, Team USA takes down the French, going to the finals, an amazing local tie to our triumphant team.
Now, from the station you count on. In-depth, investigative, part of your community. This is KARK 4 News at 6 in high definition.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Bob Clausen.
And I'm Jancy Sheets. As the welcome relief of rain moves across the state, there is another problem in its wake: power outages.
Happening right now. Energy's website showing more than 7,800 customers without power because of the string of thunderstorms. We're glad they're there, but they're bringing this along with them. Most of them, Garland, Drew, Faulkner, and Saline counties. First Electric also has members in the dark right now, about 65 or 650 rather total, with most being in Saline, White County, and Perry counties as well. And reports of flash flooding coming in as well near the River Valley. Meteorologist Brett Cummins in the Weather Center tracking these storms.
Hey, Brett.
Hey, that's right, Bob and Jancy. Unfortunately, we've had some flash flooding reports come in, some pictures being sent to us from up in Russellville along Highway 7 between Whataburger and Arkansas Tech University. In fact, those particular areas, the intersection right around there has been shut down as of now. I think we have those pictures. We also can show you that we have quite a bit of lightning going on, especially in the Faulkner County, Lonoke County storms, and also down into southeastern Arkansas. And this particular wave of energy is going to continue to march to the east and to the southeast throughout the afternoon. Again, lightning, some heavy rain, possibly some flash flooding, and some intense gusty winds out of this, posing some significant problems, unfortunately, with the flooding and the power outages. We'll talk about the forecast for the rest of this week and let you know if we have more of this on the way coming up in just a few.
All right, big change from what we've been seeing. We'll talk to you in just a few minutes. Thanks a lot, Brett. Well, the odds worked against them. That is how Arkansas's lottery director explained a nearly $11 million shortfall today. In depth tonight, KARK4's Jessica Dean is live to explain what this could mean for scholarships and the lottery's future. Jessica.
Jancy, obviously this shortfall came as a surprise, and while it's not going to affect scholarships for this upcoming year, commissioners tell us they don't want lottery shortfalls to become a trend.
We're hurting Arkansas students, and we don't need to do that.
Concern at the Lottery Commission's meeting Wednesday morning over how the lottery is being run. The lottery ended the fiscal year in June nearly $11 million short of projections.
We were spot on the revenue, $465.5 million. The differences mainly came in prizes.
Payouts to winners ran nearly $8 million more than expected, while Powerball and online games performed well under expectations.
It does concern me because the state planned for it, as Senator Broadway said. They planned for that, but hopefully this is not a trend.
Former Senator Shane Broadway is now the interim leader of the State Department of Higher Education. Department spokeswoman Brandy Hinkle said the lottery shortfall will not affect students this year, but it could if the lottery income continues to decline.
It may be that eventually we'll have to look at all the categories of students and start to prioritize them as well.
Also a big issue today, what percentage of lottery income goes to scholarships?
I know where you're going to come from.
But it's the truth. I mean,
but you said 25 on the front end, and now we're at 20. So I'm just saying, let's get back to what we said to start with.
Commissioner Ben Pickard said he was distressed by the fact 20% of lottery money went to scholarships last year.
I would like to see us develop a plan to look at some things to possibly move that back up in increments to set as a goal in, say, a couple of years to get it back to 25%.
Lottery director Ernie Pasolay said he could get it to whatever number the commission requested but he warned them to be careful.
You can increase the percentages, you will decrease the amount of money for scholarships. So I've done an analysis as my projection. If you go to 35%, you get $55 million instead of $95 million. Now, you're a kid in school, you get your scholarships cut in half, you want a percentage or a dollar figure.
That was Jessica Dean reporting. Pasaleg says that this year should be more lucrative, all thanks to new $2 Powerball minimums and a push for online games, among other things. Commissioners and the Department of Higher Education waiting to see. And digging deeper, we found out how many students are getting scholarships for the 2011-2012 school year. It breaks down like this. More than 30,000 students were given awards, while 7,900 students could regain eligibility to get awards if they improve their GPA through summer school. And all of this money comes from a $94 million pot.
And we've been talking about it, the rain. We're getting some of it now. We're getting a little rain, I guess you could say, in comparison to what we need. And of course, still, several Arkansas counties remain under burn bans, and they will for some time. But drought conditions aren't the only fire danger. In some communities, the supply of volunteers, that's drying up as well. Adam Rodriguez joining us now to explain this. Adam?
Yeah, Bob, there are roughly 1,000 districts in the state of Arkansas, and 95% of those fire districts are volunteers only. Made up of volunteers like this man we talked to today, Larry Brewer. He's the Pine Village Fire Chief. Brewer wears a beeper at work that goes off when he has to fight fires. Right now, he's also battling to recruit and retain volunteers. He says many would-be firefighters don't volunteer because of the time commitment. And now the problem is baby boomers like Brewer are retiring and stepping down, and no one's stepping up to fill the gap.
They're declining because of training and so much time that they have to put in it.
But you have to do that too, right?
Yes, I'm dedicated, and it takes a dedicated person to do that.
And the Arkansas Rural and Volunteer Firefighters Association has just received a $325,000 FEMA grant to help them recruit and retain volunteers. Right now, they're trying to decide how to get the most bang for their buck. Back to you.
All right, Adam, thanks very much. Lakes, rivers, and streams. Arkansas is known for clean, clear water. And the United States Geological Survey wants to make sure it stays that way. Right now, they're testing water in Van Buren County. It's a hotbed for natural gas drilling. They're testing water from drinking wells, looking for chloride, salt, and methane. Both are products of gas drilling. The testing wraps up this week, and they'll have results in about a month or two. When they get them, we'll share them with you.
A man who slipped away from his probation officer behind bars at this hour. Dennis Duncantel had an appearance at district court to pay fines in Hot Springs when he ran away from the officer escorting him to his car to pick up the cash. He wasn't under arrest at the time, but is in custody now at the Garland County Jail on $2,000 bail and now faces fleeing and obstruction of government operations charges. You can run, but you can't hide. U.S. Marshals arrested a Tampa man wanted for sexual battery warrant right here in Little Rock. Today, James Elbert Williams III was caught hiding in a Little Rock hotel. Marshals caught him as he was leaving the hotel. Williams is currently in the Pulaski County Jail, awaiting extradition back to Florida, where he faces allegations of luring women into his fitness facility for private training workouts. There may be differences and debates on Capitol Hill concerning our financial future, but something happened today that brought all Americans together, chanting USA. That's right. Today, the U.S. beat France 3-1 in the Women's World Cup soccer semifinals, sending the Americans to their first World Cup final since 1999. And KRK4's Melissa Seamus joins us now with more on this exciting story. Melissa.
And you know, Jancy, this victory is also a big win for a Little Rock business. The U.S. women's soccer team partying like it's 1999. And for good reason. Playing in a rain-soaked field, the women took advantage of penalty kicks to advance to the World Cup final. This after beating France 3-1 in Germany. At Casanos in Little Rock, soccer fans were captivated by the action. This fan even wore her favorite player's number on her face.
I'm a big fan. Number 1 is for Hope Solo, but also number 1 for USA.
With all the excitement, one almost forgot it was a typical afternoon workday in the capital city. For Holly Valines, she was just brought back to her childhood.
I started playing probably, I think, right before the Mia Hamm sensation. And then after that, I really just got more and more into it.
And while American Americans from coast to coast are celebrating this victory. Here in this River Market office building, there's a party going on as well.
Our primary responsibility for U.S. soccer is to just build the brand.
Stone Ward is the official advertising firm for the U.S. Soccer Federation. The Little Rock company has been promoting soccer for 3 years with offices in Little Rock and Chicago. They're responsible for boosting ticket sales and for capturing team moments that tell a story with the hopes of creating a bond between the team and fans. This is a recent Stone Ward ad, appropriately called Dance.
We just found YouTube clips of them dancing together in the locker room and just being crazy. And so we thought, you know what? This is why we love the women's national team, because they love each other and they have fun together.
And it's getting contagious.
The whole country is buzzing right now. We're so proud of this team.
And if you're a soccer fan, you better keep Sunday wide open. The U.S. will play in the finals on Sunday against Japan.
All right, thanks a lot, Melissa. Lots of splishes and splashes today.
And even more tomorrow. Why these fish mean a lot of fun for a lot of kids.
I'm Carrie O'Hara. Coming up in sports, Razorback football practice doesn't officially begin for another 3 weeks. But already players are turning heads. We'll tell you who to keep an eye on. Plus, we'll hear from 3-time Little Rock Marathon winner Leah Thorvilson as she trains for Olympic trials. Sports coming up later.
We'll show you those flooding pictures from Russellville after the break and take a look at what the rain did today. The cloud cover, extra moisture held us down to 96 degrees, and right now we're approaching 80. The relief and how long it lasts in the forecast ahead.
This is KARK 4 News at 6.